welcome back to Cash and Calling. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to another video. So today we're going to be budgeting or planning October paycheck number 4. Now we do have 5 paychecks in October, and this paycheck consists of my full-time income, my side hustle income that I work at my PRN job, and it also includes my husband's supplemental income that he gets through ministry. So all of those things will be talked about today, and we have some updates, and we're going to do a good breakdown of what we have going on. So first I want to go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Brittany. I am 37 years old. I'm a wife. I'm a mom of 4. We have 2 boys, 2 girls. I currently work full-time as a nurse practitioner, and I recently picked up a PRN job to help us with our financial goals. So I picked that up, and it's been such a blessing, and we're going to talk about that. We're in over $200,000 of debt. So our debt includes our mortgage, student loans, multiple medical bills, and a car loan. Y'all, we are doing the best we can to start paying on it. My husband was laid off, so our debt kind of got stalled at that time, but we're trying to pick it back up, and we're excited about it. How are y'all doing? I pray that everyone is doing good, everyone is well. Y'all send up a prayer for Jamaica. They're being hit by a category 5 hurricane, and we know that God is in control over here, or on this channel. I know that God is in control. I don't have family in Jamaica or anything like that, but I do have close friends and church members who have family in Jamaica, and it's a sad situation. So I'm praying for them. And fun fact about me, I am a weather enthusiast, and I love to sit and watch the weather, especially like when storms and stuff are going on. I like to watch YouTube. I have a couple of channels that I watch, and I think that stems from me growing up in Mississippi. We had a lot of tornadoes. We still have a lot of tornadoes and storms, and so I think to get my mind off of from racing and wondering what's going on, I really tapped into just being ahead of it. Like if something's going on, I want to know what's going on. So I've been down into what's happening in Jamaica, just watching a lot of YouTube and TikTok about what's going on. But my prayers definitely are with them. Y'all, we're gonna go ahead and get started and do our budget breakdown. I'm gonna clip my microphone first. All right, y'all, let's go. All right. So you should see my budget breakdown on the screen here. I am a pen and paper girly. I love using pen and paper. I love marking the scratches and marking everything off. It just helps me to retain my budget, I guess. But we're going to start with our tithes. So first things first, before I give anything to anybody else, I want to give my tithes. So my tithes this week are $265. My husband's tithes are $31.23. Like I said, I got paid full for my full-time as well as my PRN job, and the breakdown is I work 35.3 hours at my full-time job. At my full-time job, I work anywhere from 32 to 38 hours a week, and for my PRN job, I worked 6 hours this week. And I do tithe, just for clarification's sake, but I do tithe off our gross income. So the income that is pre-tax, that is what my tithes come from. Since we don't have many bills going on this week, I did want to go ahead and go through my pre-tax and post-tax deductions. And our pre-tax deductions, I did contribute to 401k this paycheck, and it was $65.01. So my Roth 401k was $21.67 this week. HSA, we contribute $100 every paycheck to HSA, so that went to that. That's pre-taxed. Now our taxes, all right, federal, we paid $249.77. Social Security got $122.42, and Medicare, I didn't write Medicare down, but it was a total of $400.82 that went towards taxes this week from the check, because we are paying self-employment tax, and y'all will see that later in the video. All right, what else got taken out? So, insurances. This includes medical, dental, vision, and medical, dental, vision, and like the little supplemental life insurance. I just opted in for that, and it was $260.21. So I don't think that's correct. I'm gonna have to come back to that. I don't think that's correct. I think I added HSA into that, maybe. We're still working out whether, well, my husband did get his own insurance plan through his new employer. So that has happened. They have not started deducting it yet, and they have not taken away his portion from my check yet. So the 1st of November is when the deductions will start for his insurance, and his portion that's on my insurance plan will go away. So we'll see how everything works out. If we need to change it, we'll do that. During open enrollment is coming up as well, I know, through my job. So open enrollment is coming up. So if we don't like the numbers, then we'll change it. But his insurance plan is significantly better than the insurance plan that I have through my job. All right, we're going to move on to our bills. Our bills are not that heavy this week, but please keep in mind, I'm the only one who got paid. So honestly, we did have more bills that are on auto pay, and they're not due this check. So they're going over to the next check, and I'm kind of glad they are, because after I did all the numbers, after the deductions and all of that, we did not have enough to cover the car insurance. The life insurance was coming out, and I think Xfinity. I'm glad it rolled over into next week. So we're going to go to the bills. Bills, our tuition got $313. That's for our girls. They're in a Christian pre-K. So what we do is take that $313 every week and move it to our high yield savings accounts, and it just stays there until the end of the month, and that's when we pay their monthly tuition bill. House, that's our house note. It got $900 this week. So the total house note we pay is $1,400 per month. We try to send over money every week. It's not like half or anything like that. It's not broken down. But the goal is to pay enough like every week where when it gets to the end of the month, we have a larger payment, but it's not $1,400. So $900 is what we have. And so what that means is we sent, I think the first week of October, we sent like $150. In the second week, we sent something. The third week, we sent something. And this week is when we're going to actually pay the house note. Y'all stay to the end, because I'm going to break down how much we paid on interest for our house note and how much went to the actual principal, which you're a homeowner, you know it wasn't much that went to the principal. And it's so sad. I hate that. Like, seriously, I really hate that. So IRS, it got $122 this week. That includes Mississippi state taxes and self-employment taxes. So what I do is just combine them, and they go into our Capital One high yield savings accounts. And we'll kind of like, we always, so just to break down, Mississippi does not take state taxes out of my check. They never have since I've been at this job, and it's been 6 years. Now, what happens is every year we end up owing Mississippi state taxes because we have not paid anything in state taxes. But I do pay every week. I've been paying every week for 6 years now, and it's enough to cover most of the tax bill. We end up owing like, I think the most we owe was $2,500, and this past year we owed like only $1,200, which is good. We ended up getting, so we ended up owing only $1,200, which is good because we always get a federal income tax check, and I know some people are so against that. So let's talk about it real quick. So we decided that we wanted an income tax check because honestly, we could increase our dependent amount throughout the year and get more back. But we don't, I mean, y'all, I'm in debt and we're in debt because at some point we were bad at managing money. And I'm not going to say I arrived yet. I still have a long way to go at managing my money. Sometimes I make dumb decisions still with my money. So with that being said, out of sight, out of mind, and getting that income tax check back helps a lot. Like last year, we got $7,000 back from federal income tax. So we used that $7,000, paid the $1,200 tax bill for Mississippi, and then of course we still had money left over. So this year it might look a little different with us both doing self-employment. Like I have self-employment as well as my husband when he was doing gig work. So it might look a little different with the amount we get back. Hopefully we can take a lot of deductions and write off a lot of stuff. Our CPA is really good at that. So hopefully we can do that and still get a large refund. But we're just not that good that I just want extra paychecks. I feel like if I get extra money throughout the year, I won't see it in the end. I feel like we're still paying down debt. So it's not like we're not paying down debt. It's not like we're not trying to budget. It's just that it's good to get that refund. So that's why we continue to pay extra and all of that into our tax bill throughout the year. All right. So Apple got $9.99 this week. And I went through all my Apple subscriptions because, y'all, it was like $1.99 coming out, $3.99 coming out. It was insane. I'm like, what is all of this? So I went through it and I consolidated a lot of stuff, got rid of a lot of stuff. So Apple is $9.99 this week. Baptist, that's an old medical bill I have, and honestly I don't even include it in my medical debts that you'll see at the bottom of my budget sheet. And I don't include it because I forget. I pay it out of our checking account. It doesn't come out of HSA, and it's going down significantly, and I'm gonna just keep a steady pace. I'm paying $25 on it and it'll be gone soon. So our bill total is $1,369.99 this week. And if you do have kids or thinking about having kids in daycare, go ahead and plan for those unexpected expenses. Our girls just were on fall break. So they were out a whole week. So we had to find childcare for them then. What happened was my mom ended up keeping them a few days, and then my husband's mom kept them a few days. So that was okay. Then they get back to school this previous week, and they're out one day going to the zoo. So the whole preschool is shut down, and it's a private pre-K. They don't have a lot as far as like the transportation buses and things. So they were not able to provide transportation. We both work. So it was a big mess. So we had to find someone to keep the girls, which was my mom, thank God. But if she was not able to because she had something going on, we would have to have found additional childcare and incurred additional costs. So we really need to focus too on beefing up their cash envelope because that is getting kind of too frequent for my liking. All right, we're going to go on to sinking funds, y'all. So groceries this week got a total, or is getting a total $150. I already bought groceries and it was $130, so we have $20 left over, and that will probably roll over because we don't need anything else. Gas is getting $100 this week. Spending is getting $65. And so what that breakdown looks like is $25 to me, $25 to my husband, and the rest goes to our son. Eating out is getting $30. Toiletries is getting $15. Miscellaneous is getting $20. And I don't think I've ever told y'all how old my children are. So let's do a quick breakdown. So we have a 1-year-old. She'll be 2 very soon. We have a 3-year-old. We have a 11-year-old. He will be 12 very soon, preteen stage. And then we have my oldest son. He is 20 years old and he's in the United States Air Force. We love our kids so much. I did struggle with infertility some, and I thank God that he blessed me with our children. So let's see. So sinking funds got a total of $380 this week. And let's go to our virtual envelopes. So vacation is getting its usual $85 per week, and it'll get that till we meet our goal of $4,000. And we're planning on taking a spring break trip, and me and my husband plan on taking a trip out of the country for our anniversary. I am a budget traveler, so I do my own travel stuff. I utilize sites like booking.com, Priceline, things like that to go ahead and book. I do have a Southwest credit card, and I try to only fly Southwest because with the credit card they do give perks to book through them. But if I find a cheaper flights, I will go with that flight. But usually Southwest has pretty reasonable flights, but we're still undecided on where we're going to go next year. I did put PTO in for the dates that we're taking off, but we're undecided. Christmas is fully funded at $1,200. Our tax account got that $122 this week, and the balance is $1,118.21. So it's adding up pretty nicely. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Medical, which is our health savings account, got $100 this week, and the balance is still low. It's $145.11. And that is because we use our health savings account in this season to pay off our medical debt. So our medical debt almost exclusively comes from our health savings accounts. Virtual envelopes got a total of $307 this week. So let's go on to our debts. I love to talk about debt payoff and what we're doing. So car loan didn't get anything extra. I think next week we're going to pay extra on the car loan. I kind of crunched some of the numbers, and it looks like we'll be in a good position to pay extra, but we'll talk about that next week. House. So we paid $1,400 on our house loan. The breakdown goes like this. The minimum due was $1,354. And extra, like principal only payment I made this week was $46. So the balance is now $130,520. On the principal total, y'all, I crunched the numbers, went back, looked through everything. The principal in total got $495.18. So I do have my homeowner's insurance, and of course, like property taxes are all in escrow. That contributes, of course, to why it was so low for the principal payments. Our medical debt didn't get anything this week, and the balance on our medical debt is $3,313. So this week was not bad, and I am thankful for that. As far as bills goes, it wasn't bad at all. We're still navigating everything, y'all. Just life updates. I'm truly considering, I haven't made a decision, but I'm considering going part-time or PRN at my full-time job. I don't know what that looks like for us. We've been talking about it, and I have been playing around with some numbers. The thing is, I don't want to leave something that's stable to go to something that appears to be stable and maybe isn't. So I think what I'm gonna do for my PRN job, so my PRN job consists of me going to people's homes, doing home visits. My full-time job, I work as a nurse practitioner in a clinic setting. So I have a schedule and I see patients, and I've been at that job for a while now. I'm looking in this season to make more, and it's a good work-life balance at my full-time job too. It's a good work-life balance, but the PRN job pays significantly more. It is self-employment, so I do have to take self-employment taxes out, but it still pays significantly more. I just don't know if they have slow seasons and all of that. I don't know what to look forward to, but it's something that's crossed my mind, because if I can work a little less and bring in more money, then I would be able to be with the girls more, my son more, and just do more around the home. And I don't know. It's something I'm thinking about. Still not sure, but it's something that crossed my mind for sure. And as far as ministry updates, this is kind of chit chat at the end. If you have to hop off, I definitely understand. As far as ministry updates, we're still like trying to hit the ground hard, and it has been difficult when you're trying to build a ministry and do it from the ground up. It can be really hard. You're sort of like in the trenches, and we're just trying not to get discouraged, and we believe that this is what God has called us to do. So we're going to believe that He will sustain us and He'll make a way for us through that. But just trying not to get discouraged and really trying to learn how to divide our time, because I feel like time can be a waster, and also time can be, you don't have enough. Like you want to do so much, you want to be so productive, but you don't have enough time. So just try to figure that all out. And like I said, I pray that y'all are doing well. Thank y'all for tuning in. If you made it to the end, I appreciate it. Continue to pray for Jamaica, and I'll do the same. And I will see y'all on the next video. Look for my cash stuffing video. Prayerfully, I'll have that out at least 3 days after I post this video. All right, you guys, see y'all on the next one. Bye.